It's Friday night time for some Straight Talk. This is your host, Matt Hasley. We're coming at you from the Straight Talk Studios in my dungeon, as I would call it. But right before I'm getting ready to go live, my computer, I had to reboot it. So, and it's like, it's got to load everything to load back up, so it takes forever. But we're running on 3 platforms right now that I'm live on right now. I'm on TuneIn, Spreaker.com, and you can watch it live if you want to come in on Ustream.tv and watch it there. If you like to interact with the show, you can do so live by calling 1-866-225-5401, and you'll get live on the show there. Or you can tweet me and just hashtag it Arm Radio. I'll see it pop up on the tweet deck. You might have to do a tweet a couple times. A lot of tweets come across Arm Radio, so just to let you know. Tons of stuff going on in the news. You got sports stuff going on. You got Olympic information. Anybody go through that where they had the Windows 10 update without your authorization? Well, a lot of people are complaining about that, and they're having a problem with it rolling it back. What I've noticed is the computer seems to be lagging more often. I don't know if it's my internet provider or whatever it is, but it just seems like lately it just seems to be dragging. And like right now, my window open and it just shut down on its own. So maybe they let me see. Close this out so the next one. I don't want somebody answering over there. That won't do any good. But we have so many things going on. Hopefully we can cover them in the next 2 hours. We got tons of screens up here, trying to get them all going. All right, so if you, everybody's been hearing about the Zika virus, and this has been going on. This is they were talking about, that this is coming across BBC.com. This is world news. It says Zika crisis. Says WHO reject move Olympics, move Rio Olympics call. It said the World Health Organization (WHO) has rejected a call to move or postpone this summer's Rio Olympic Games over the Zika outbreak. It said this would not significantly alter the spread of the virus, which is linked to serious birth defect. Well, it's not going to significantly alter, but would you feel comfortable going over? I know these people as athletes, they want to go to the Olympics so bad, but are you going to risk having a child down the road and maybe have this virus? It says in an open letter to the WHO, more than 100 leading scientists had said new findings about Zika made it unethical for the games to go ahead. They also said the global health body should revisit its Zika guidance. So the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, has said it sees no reason to delay or move the games because of a mosquito-borne disease. So the outbreak began in Brazil a year ago, but now more than 60 countries and territories have continuing transmission. It says, while Zika symptoms are mild, in a letter to experts, it says it causes babies to be born with abnormally small heads and may also cause a rare, sometimes fatal neurological syndromes in adults. said the letter is signed by 150 international scientists, doctors, and medical ethicists from such institutions as Oxford University, Harvard, and Yale universities in the United States. They cite the failure of mosquito eradication program in Brazil and the country weakened health system as reasons to postpone or move the Olympics in the name of public health. So I don't know who would be able to handle the games that would need to be moved in this short a time. I don't know anybody could handle that. It says an unnecessary risk is posed when 500,000 foreign tourists from all countries attend the games, potentially acquire that strain, and return home to places where it can become endemic. The letter says the biggest risk, it adds, is if these athletes contract the virus and return home to poor countries that have not yet suffered a Zika outbreak. They also express concerns that the WHO has a conflict of interest because of its partnership with the IOC. Well, I would definitely think so. They don't want to do is postpone or move the Olympics because they're getting money paid. Big business. It says Rio Olympics are due to take place between August 5th and through the 21st. It says in a statement that WHO has declared the Zika virus a global public health emergency. Brazil is one of almost 60 countries and territories which today to report continuing transmission of the Zika by mosquitoes. So, you think about that. You're a world-class athlete that's going to go compete in the Olympic Games. Are you going to think twice about going over there? I know I would. I think I've talked to people and they tell me Brazil's a beautiful country. But how many times when you go out in the summertime you get bit by mosquitoes? Or, it's almost daily if you spend any time outside. So that increases your chance of getting the Zika virus exponentially. When you think about this, is you're going to be mosquito attacks every day. And then they bring it back to this country. I know it's already in this country, but you're going to make the spread of it quicker. I watched a movie. It's where they are trying to reduce the population because they say we're overpopulated right now. We're going to ruin our world if we don't. Well, this seems like one of those Orwellian deals where they dream up this thing because they want to do is geoengineer people to start freaking out about having kids. So what they do is they create this virus that they can do is make people afraid to have kids. And I mean, if you are exposed to that, you're going to think twice about having a kid that's going to have an abnormally small head or something like that. Or if it caused neurological problems with adults, I mean, that could be another thing where it could cause a death or something like that. So, I mean, I know they don't have anything that says that this is, like a CIA black ops funded thing. But, you think about that. Where did this begin? Where did this, what would be the origination of this virus to cause the problems that it's causing? When does all of a sudden a virus like this spread through mosquitoes and to humans And all of a sudden now, it's only been going on for a year, and it started and originated in Brazil, where they going to have the Olympics. Tends to make me wonder what's going on, because there's. I'm going to talk about conspiracy stuff later. We got a list of conspiracy theories and things that are going on that people, some people believe in, some people don't. Some people, it's like Mike Allen on air with Mike Allen. Mike had a guy on that believe in what they call flat earthers. They believe the earth is flat. Well, I don't quite, I wouldn't, I find that hard to believe, but, just from all the information and stuff that I've seen. I just came on to TeamSpeak, so I got to move out of that channel. There we go. But yeah, you get these people that think that the earth is flat, and any conspiracy theory, some things have merits to them, but this is one of those where I wouldn't surprise it being a black ops funded program. They do things that they feel that they're going to better the world or whatever, but I just don't know. I just don't understand what would have caused this virus in the first place. But would I take a chance to go over there now? Nope. Would you take a chance to go to, ground zero of a nuclear blast? No, I'm not going to go down there. No way. Or Chernobyl or something like that. And you see pictures of it on TV. I don't want to go there. Brazil, beautiful country. I just feel sorry for the people that are over there right now having to deal with this, the Zika virus. And then if people that are going to have kids, and a lot of these Olympic athletes plan to have kids down the road because they're all younger. I'm done, thank God. But who knows? They plan on starting a family? Is it going to be something that's going to cause a pause in people procreating, as they call it? Maybe. But that's pretty scary to think that, it says, and then here's this Tom Friedman. He says, he comes out and he says, but on Thursday, the head of U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, who advice is quoted approvingly in the letter, said the threat did not warrant halting the games. There is no public health reason to cancel or delay the Olympics, Dr. Tom Friedman said. However, he urged the U.S. to act more quickly to prevent pregnant women contracting Zika amid congressional deadlock over the release of $1.9 billion in funding. So he's worried about pregnant women contracting Zika virus. So, but it's not a health risk. That doesn't make any sense. Is he going to would he send his daughter or kids over there if he has one? I probably doubt it. Is he going to want to do is bring that back? I would doubt, he's going to do is take the chance at them catching the virus. If you look at other things in the news right now, we had let's see here, we had kind of going on to sports since we're talking about Olympics right there. And apparently Tiger did not enter the Memorial Tournament, and they're not sure when he's going to do his comeback. I mean, Tiger's huge for the game. People don't realize how big he is, and says unless Woods enters the St. Jude Classic in Memphis in 2 weeks, an event he has never played, he would go into this year's second major championship without played competitively in 10 months. It says, while a return to the U.S. Open would certainly be dramatic, it would hardly seem to be an ideal scenario to come back at one of the most exacting tournaments on the calendar. Wood has not played since undergoing microdiscectomy back surgery last September. So it's a Muirfield tournament, or Memorial Tournament is at Muirfield Village in Dublin, Ohio, is one of Wood's favorite events. He won the Jack Nicklaus hosted tournament 5 times, though his memories from last year are not so grand. He shot a career-high 85 in the third round. So, yeah, I'm looking to hope he gets back to the game soon. You know, I mean, it's not a rush. They were talking about, you look at golf and you look at tour players, and they're talking about net worth. And I didn't realize it, but David Toms, who is top 20 richest golfers, David Toms is number 20 with $35 million. Sergio, who just upped that because he won last week, is $40 million. Padraig Harrington is $40 million. Luke Donald's $40 million. Lee Westwood, $40 million. Lee Trevino, $40 million. Wow. Annika Sorenstam, $40 million. Adam Scott, $40 million. Masters champ. Jim Furyk, $50 million. I didn't realize Jim was worth that much. Nick Faldo, $60 million. Rory McIlroy, $65 million. That's why he was able to give his last check to charity. Vijay Singh, $75 million. Vijay started out as a young kid from Fiji who would walk all the way around the airport just to get to the golf course. That's pretty cool. Ernie Els, $75 million. Let's see here. Let's see. Freddie Couples, $105 million. Mickelson, $180 million. Gary Player, $200 million. Jack Nicklaus, $280 million. Greg Norman, $300 million. Tiger Woods, $600 million. And he's not even number one. Number one, Arnold Palmer, $675 million. What I got to give credit to Arnold Palmer is and I don't know if he does it anymore, but when he was healthy, they said he spends six figures mailing back postage and doing returns, signatures and everything, and sending them back to the people that write into him. That is absolutely amazing to think that a guy get that much mail and he spends 6 figures in postage sending them back. That's a class guy. If you get that many people sending you stuff for them to sign, and he signs it and sends it back, paying his own money, that's pretty cool. Yeah, he's class. There's no two Arnies. So yeah, that's just it blows my mind to think that he spends that much money. Well, it says, another one. Can you think the Warriors could force Game 7? I've been off and on watching the basketball, but just That just amazing. I don't know if they can pull it off, and it's just gonna be one of those where, you think that they can do it on the road. That's gonna be tough. So that'll be a game to watch. In other sports, Cleveland looks to close out the Raptors in Game 6. I think they pissed off LeBron. He looked like he was pissed. In sports today, Cubbies won. I watched it says it was talking about does our fastballs causing Tommy John epidemic. I haven't heard too many players that have been claiming about Tommy John surgery lately, but I'm sure it's there. Oh, and wow, Baylor in the news. Isn't that crazy? I want to talk more about that on Monday, but man, that's just nuts. Are they going to have to do is dump their whole football program? Right now they got Donald Trump out in California is getting huge protests against his rally. I talked to somebody the other day, and they said to me, they go, "Oh, I can't stand Trump." And I said, "Really? Why?" "Oh, he's just, everything that comes out of his mouth is just." And I said, "Well, what does he say?" And they said, "Well, I don't know exactly." I said, "Is it because he doesn't think that we should allow Syrian refugees into this country?" And they go, "Oh, yeah, he's racist." And I said, "Well, really?" I said, "I don't know if he's racist or not, but that has nothing to do with race." I said, "There's a report out that I actually just saw it. It says, people worried about whether, whether they're going to try to sneak into this country." Well, it says... This is off of the Washington Times. It says, Syrians, Palestinians buy bogus Honduran identities to sneak into U.S. It says, Syrians and Palestinians managed to buy illegal citizenship documents from Honduras, then tried to use them to enter the U.S. A Honduran newspaper reported over the weekend exposing a scheme that analysts say could pose a danger to U.S. visa system. La Prensa uncovered a criminal network that paid Honduran officials to illegally register foreigners as legal residents, which gave them access to documents that could be used to gain border access to the Western Hemisphere. The La Prensa report was highlighted Friday by a Center for Immigration Studies, which said the network appeared to be a favorite for those of Arab origin, particularly Syrians and Palestinians who are looking for a way to enter the U.S. We don't think that that's a problem. At least our government doesn't think that it's a problem. So, a temporary halt on people coming from Syria or, anywhere from over in the Middle East that are countries that want to do us harm. I think we need to do is vet them before they come in. Have to set up a process for it, and if we don't, we're going to pay for it. And the next terrorist attack that we get in this country, they're going to sit there and say, "Oh, well, we need to get rid of guns. That would have stopped it." It says the criminal network managed to get names registered in Honduras, National Registration of Persons, RNP. That meant they could obtain passports and official birth certificates on RNP paper and stamped by the agency director that they could take to the U.S. Embassy to try to earn a visitor's visa, the report said. In one case highlighted by La Prensa, a man managed to get registered, then used his false papers to register at least 8 other members of his family, including children and grandchildren. All told, the newspaper said at least 100 Palestinians and Syrians who obtained fraudulent documents have been detected, but it's unclear how many cases are still out there. So the U.S. Embassy detected at least some of the attempts to obtain visas based on fraudulent documents and rejected the applications. It said 10 employees were fired but not charged, the report said. The Honduran embassy in Washington, D.C. did not return a message seeking comment Friday. An official at the U.S. State Department declined comment on the specifics of the case involved, but said they're doing the screening, doing a counterterrorism check on every visa applicant, including fingerprints or facial recognition software. How do you vet a guy from Syria? How do you know? It says Center for Immigration Studies Research Associated Kausha Luna said the report should raise various security concerns for the United States, including checking to see how many people may have already slipped through on U.S. visa. A document brief such as one of the Honduran RNP presents yet another obstacle to the United States' ability to properly vet individuals. And they try to tell us, oh, no, there's no problems. Oh, yeah, it's fine. So what had happened? So President Obama goes over to Japan. He goes to Hiroshima. He hugs a Hiroshima survivor and apologizes for that we should be rid the world of this type of destruction and everything. And I would hate, I don't want to see another bomb dropped, of course. But how many times did they apologize for Pearl Harbor? Did they come over here, their president, and lay a wreath, in Hawaii and apologize for all the people that died there? No, they didn't. We look at as a country, yeah, we might not be proud of some of the things that we've done, but we did it in retaliation for what they did to our country. On December 7th, 1941, were they attacking Japan? No. We got attacked by Japan. And then President Obama goes and goes over, and then in his speech in Japan, he goes out and he attacks Trump, talking about his foreign policy, how bad it would be, and and I just had to laugh, and I happened to listen to Rush too, and it dawned on me that he's talking about how bad Trump's foreign policy would be, but he can't talk so much about his own. I mean, you look at his own, has been a mess. When you look at, and here's an article about it, and it's off of humanevents.com, and this is just some of them. This isn't all of them, but this is some of them. Here's one. Number one, they said, Benghazi security. 4 Americans, including U.S. ambassador, are dead after being sent into harm's way to service their country without adequate concern given for their safety. Number 2, AWOL at 3 a.m. It says all Mitt Romney needs to do at the upcoming debate. This is an older article here, so this tells you how. And this doesn't even come into everything. So this is back 4 years ago. This article came out, and it still relates to today. This is October 20th, 2012. Benghazi lies. Obama too busy for world leaders. Israeli outrage. It says Obama has done everything he can do to damage the United States' long-standing relationship with Israel. What is increasingly seeing his existence threatened by Iran's nuclear ambitions. Yeah. How did we... we went ahead and gave them a path to a nuclear bomb. We sat there and went face-to-face with Russia. Talked to him, told him about Crimea and all this. Trying to get metal and everything. Says Eastern European nations are unhappy that Obama caved in to Russia on canning the deployment of missile defense system. Says Israel believes they are being tossed to the wolves of the Middle East. Went and ousted Gaddafi from Iran. Assad from Syria. I don't really think that we should ever went over to Iraq. But if we're going to go over there, you can't let it, let it come, let us, them take over territory that we've already taken over. We just backed out and let them take over the place. What a mess. And then you got the Fast and Furious. You got the VA. This is locally. The VA. There was an article out today. You know how much they've been having problems with the VA? It says article today about the VA. Let me see if I can find it here. Veteran Affairs declares thousands of living vets dead and cancels their benefits. The latest scandal from the Department of Veteran Affairs and a series of 4,000 errors which mistakenly declared living veterans dead, terminating their benefits. The Wall Street Journal reports there were 4,201 such errors over the past 5 years, which the VA insisted means it has a 99.83% accuracy rate. That spin didn't fly with angry veterans and their congressional representatives, especially since this revelation comes along with a long string of VA scandals, an equally long string of unfulfilled promises the department will be reformed. I don't care. You got some of these people that went over and fought for our country, and they get VA benefits, and they're living from month to month on these to try to sit there and, they might have given a limb. They might have, Agent Orange. You could have anything. And they terminate their benefits. I don't understand is how we will give benefits to illegals that come into this country carte blanche. They get everything. They'll give them all sorts of benefits, and then our own veterans, they don't check to see if they're actually dead. They just terminate their benefits. Whoever's there running the computer could care less. It's a number. It means nothing to them. They probably get a bonus knowing whoever it is. It says, these numbers confirm our suspicion. This is from Rep. David Jolly blasted the VA in a statement only partially excerpted by the Wall Street Journal. He said, these numbers confirm our suspicion that mistaken deaths by the VA have been a widespread problem impacting thousands of veterans across the country. It's a problem that should have been addressed years ago, and it's caused needless hardships for thousands of people who had their benefits terminated and their world turned upside down, said Jolly, who requested a full report of the problem after learning about a series of mistaken death cases in Tampa Bay area. You know how hard that's got to be for them to sit there and go back and sit there and go, hey, whoa, I'm not dead. What are you doing? He probably calls in and they go, that person died. I mean, how insulting that it has to be for the VA, the veteran, to call in to sit there and say, hey, whoa. I'm not dead.